Bum, bum, bum,
Do
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 bum,
do do
bum,
do
bum, bum,
do.
bum. Guilted
Kilted balls.
balls.
Yeah,
Woo!
man. I tell you, we should be professional jingle singers. I think.
I think that could work. I think that would be pretty awesome.
I think it would. So hey, welcome back to the Kilted Balls podcast, episode 49, closing in on the big 5. Oh, the big
That's
half century mark.
exciting. That's so exciting.
Yeah, like I don't know how many podcasts I thought we would record, but I'm really happy that we got up to 500 or 50. I mean, 500.
500 is next month.
When we get up to 500, I'm going to be like, how could that even be a thing, right? So a couple interesting things, listeners. We started a TikTok.
Yes, and I need to watch it. I've been slacking.
You're a slacker, right? Post on the TikTok, Kilted. Post on the TikTok. I'll have you know that compared to my personal TikTok, our videos on this TikTok get watched.
Really?
Yeah. Like every video has like 500 views.
Wow. Now I
Which
used to
may not
watch
be a
your
lot,
I used to watch your old TikToks, and they are awesome. I mean, that's a lot of fun.
Thank you. I've
You
had people compliment me on my TikTok before, but it's hard to keep up on it in my school life, though I need to.
Yeah. I mean, I carried ever since I set it up on my iPad. I've been carrying my iPad with me so I can do TikToks randomly, but I guess I have to reach in my computer bag and actually take it out and do that.
You do have to do that.
There's one step.
A few different things to talk about today, but I mentioned this on TikTok today. So if you're one of our TikTok listeners, this is like a gimme. We've hinted about this, but we haven't like really gone into detail about it, and we've tweeted about it. But I wanted to go more into it because it was a big thing on our communications today, and that is the gift goat. So the V-Friend gift goat.
Yes.
So first off, Kilted, tell us what the gift goat is to start, and then I will start teasing people.
The gift goat is it is a V-Friend, and when you have the gift goat, Gary had guaranteed everybody 18 physical gifts over the next 3 years. So 6 gifts a year for 3 years.
And it was a Dutch auction to get, just like all the V-Friends, right?
Yes.
Does not come with tickets to VCon, correct?
It still comes with all the version ones.
So it's like a true.
Yep.
No, actually, one of the version ones didn't have VCon on it.
I think all of them do.
I forget which one it was. It was either like Breakfast Bat or Hangout Hawk or one of those. Like it said on there, doesn't count for VCon, I thought.
Really?
Maybe I'm thinking of a different one.
Yeah, I'd be shocked. I thought all the version ones, even if you paid the crazy amount to sit courtside with Gary at a basketball game, you'd still have access to VCon.
Interesting. I'll double check and see if I can find the one.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that was the gift goat. It came with 18 physical gifts. Yep. They've got their first gift. Their first gift was dropped. I think we talked about this. I think we showed it on the podcast.
Yes, we did.
What ended up being the physical gift was a print of an NFT. So you got the NFT and then you got a signed print of the NFT.
Autographed by Gary and Daniel Cole.
Yeah, the creator of
Creature World. Yep.
Yeah, the guy who created Creature World. So 2 pretty big names, pretty sweet to get a print signed by both of them.
555 limited edition.
Right. Which I'm thinking, like I almost dropped 100 on a signed print by Here Come the Mummies like a month ago.
Really? So, that would have been awesome. I would have done that in a second.
Yeah, I'm still, there was only like 250 of them or 75. And I was like, I kept going back and forth and I just never got it. But I was,
what is that? 0.0? How many 0.002 ETH?
The reason I didn't get it was I didn't know where I would put it, honestly. Okay. Because Amy and I both looked at it. We both liked it. It was limited edition. It was signed. But so anyway, so you got to figure something with Gary V art and Creature art signed by both of them. You got to figure what, 500?
I have Honestly, the physical edition, I hadn't the slightest idea. I was talking, I can't remember if it was just Jason and I, or if I was talking with you on the on Marco Polo earlier, but I have a Peter Max print. I have no idea what the edition is. I can look it up, but it's a print, and then the artist goes through and he made alterations on it, like he painted some different spots with his finger and stuff. And I've had it for years and years, and I have no idea where I would sell it if I wanted to.
But how much did you buy it for?
Thousands of dollars.
So it's got to be worth, at least to you, thousands of dollars.
Yes, exactly.
Right. And that's what I was saying, like that, the print of the VFriend Creature World has to be worth $500, $1,000. I don't know. Right. I agree. I don't know. I'm just trying to think, if I saw it in a garage sale, what would I pay for it? Right. You throw it up on Facebook Marketplace. So that came, but then you had the NFT, and the NFT originally was worth $10,000.
I mean, people were getting upwards of 13 grand for it, right? Who sold right away.
That's what I'm saying. So we know it was worth that then. It's not worth that now, but the NFT market is fickle.
Yeah. I mean, you could probably list it and get 10 for it right now.
Okay. So possibly. You can get 10 for it. So we got that gift for 10, and like multiple people weren't like overjoyed or happy with that.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Right. Like, I mean, our buddy, we'll interview him, in a few days. He's like super bitter, wants to get out of gift goats, pretty much entirely wants to sell his gift goats because he got a $10,000 gift plus whatever the physical one is.
One of 18. I think you're making Jason sound bad.
No, I'm saying that about anybody. I'm saying that about anybody. Like in general, like, do you feel like for Jason, for sure? Because when Jason, he goes a lot by his feelings. And so when his feelings get hurt by a project, he's out. Like, he's just like, nope, you hurt my feelings. Screw you, I'm out. And don't get me wrong, I'm that way with Solana right now. I still haven't bought back into Solana because I'm bitter that Solana went on a run when I didn't get in.
And you weren't there.
And I wasn't there. So I'm still grumpy about that. So I get that. Right. But in this, when we're talking about the gift go, and this is the part that's interesting to me, the only thing that changed about gift goats from a month ago is now, one of the gifts is worth a minimum of $10,000.
Yes. Well, here's the thing. I can honestly see both sides. At first, I wasn't excited. You and I talked about it. It was cool. I have a creature world. I went and bought another creature world right away. I bought one that was red because the NFT that I saw was red. I didn't realize that there are 5 different colors. So I did that right away. I bought another one for 2 point whatever ETH. So I guess I take that back. There was one more step in there. I went to the Gift Go Discord, and people were super excited there.
Yeah.
I wasn't really that excited. Jason wasn't excited. But a lot of people were really excited. So, that made me a little bit more excited. Gary's talked about he likes Creature for the long haul anyways, Creature World. I picked up another one. So then, and I've actually listed mine a couple times, and I unlisted it now, my free NFT. But so yeah. Oh, the other side of it, where Jason's coming from, and people who are upset about it, because he was talking about the gift being will melt your face off. Now that can mean a lot of different things to a lot of different people, but I do agree that that gift wasn't necessarily face melting.
No, I wouldn't think it's face melting. It's another free NFT drop. And that's what I was going to say. Is it because people built it up so much in their minds that's really why their feelings are hurt? They thought this was going to be, which I've been saying from the beginning, and this isn't meant to be anything other than what it is. But from the beginning, I was like, when people said, oh, I think it's going to be a Tesla, I'm like, that literally makes no sense. Right. I was like, that doesn't make any sense. And people were like, well, no, he has to go big. He has to do this. And I'm like, I get all of that.
Mm-hmm.
I also get the fact that if you get like a mid-range Tesla for 50,000 and you got 555 of them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's just do that quick math. That's $27 million.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Right? Like, did you really think the guy was going to give away 27 million for gift one when you still got 17 more gifts to go?
I could see he did say driveway.
He did.
He did say driveway more than once. I don't know where the Tesla came from.
No.
But
Well, and we had lots of ideas. We had bracelets, we had
and he had
chairs, we had
he had said
coats.
Cartier bracelet. Now, personally,
Yes.
for me, if I would have been more disappointed with a Cartier bracelet than I would with my NFT, because I mean, what am I gonna do? Go to the pawn shop? I mean, when I was a kid, I liked jewelry, but I don't really wear jewelry anymore.
Right.
So
Well, and how much was the gift goat? So when the gift goat went on sale, did you mint the gift goat? You did, right?
yes, I got both of my gift goats. I got on the floor,
So
which
you got when it minted to the floor. What
yep.
was the Ethereum floor for gift goats?
I don't. Well, like I was saying earlier, I think it was 10 ETH. I'm pretty sure, but I honestly I don't remember.
So that's less than
I'd have
all
to.
or that's more than the floor for all the other V friends, right?
No, I mean there were others that were more like the courtside with Gary V, like the I think it
Those
was
had a minimum that were
yeah. The I think that the meetup Hawk Hangout Hawk, I think that was less, but I think the other big ones like the podcast Puma was more, and some of those other special things, the basketball with like where you get to play 5-on-5 with Gary,
right,
and
right,
his
right.
friends, and there's other ones that were definitely sold for a lot more. But yeah, that was definitely one of the higher end ones. So say it was 40 grand
Sure.
when we got it, which I think ETH was right around 4,000 then, because it
It
skyrocketed.
dropped right after that, right?
Yep.
That must have been a really frustrating time. I got
But
in after that.
yeah, but I mean, if you think about it, the first gift, and I think this is the point you're trying to make, the first gift, we paid 40, like all the OGs. I mean, people have paid more.
Mhm.
People have paid 100,000 for it. But the
And if I
first,
paid 100,000 thinking I was going to get something sweet, I'd be super bitter right now. Super bitter.
okay.
Right? Does
But
that make sense?
well, if you would have sold it, I mean, say the first gift is 10,000.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if each gift will be 10,000, some less, some more, but there's going to be 18 gifts.
Right.
And if you weren't happy with your first gift, you could still sell it for 100,000 right now.
Right. That's true. That's true. But if you were thinking I'm going to pay 100,000 because I'm going to get a Tesla, which could be
Yes.
100,000, then you'd be kind of upset because to you, you'd be like, oh, I was trying to get that thing.
Yeah. Although we remember the all access gift art that we
Yes.
got. I
Yeah.
minted mine today. I minted my first one.
Nice.
So I was it's actually I really like it. I was hoping for one that was a little more dark, but the one that
Yeah.
I got, I'm super it looks really cool. It's probably one that I'm keeping. I mean, the I think the floor on those is pretty low, but I don't plan on selling it. I'll decide. And if you want to look in my wallet, it's there. I just minted it like half hour before we started.
I can pull up and say I'm pulling up goats right now.
Okay.
I'm wondering what the floor is on goats right now, if I can make
Yeah.
it do it. So the floor right now on goats is 21.75. So if you bought it for 10, you could flip your goat right now for 2x.
Yeah.
Which in reality, 10, you could make a 10 ETH profit on it.
Mm-hmm.
Plus you got an NFT for 10.
Mm-hmm.
So the gift goat's a freaking awesome investment.
I
or
think so.
gamble, depending on how you looked at it.
For sure. It was something that I was going to hold. It was something that I thought was cool enough. I bought a second one.
You put it on your arm.
I have one on my arm.
You have one on your arm, right? Well,
and
I
it's
think
one that I wouldn't even consider selling.
Right.
Honestly.
Right. Well, that's what makes me curious about the people who got gift goats who are sad, because there's a whole bunch who are sad by that gift. And isn't it really and we'll ask Jason this too when we interview him, I think, but this isn't meant to sound trite, but isn't it more their feelings are hurt? They feel let down by Gary because Gary said, I'm going to melt your face. And in reality, it was just awesome.
Honestly, what I think, and this is not taking shots at anybody. So myself, Jason, a few other people that we know were in positions to even get more than one V-friend at Mint.
Yes.
And V-friend being a higher one. I mean, yes, if you could have gotten 20 cores for the same price as the gift goat.
Right.
But no one had any idea. We were all speculating, but we were in a position to be able to do that. So some people may have had to work their tails off in order to just get a gift goat.
Right.
And there's others, the gift goat was one of 11 that I bought. So not saying, just through life choices that I've made. So yeah, that's what I think. I think that and I have no idea. I don't know wallets. I don't know people's situation, but I think it's that the people who the gift goat means a lot, not that it means more or not, but if you had to work a lot harder to get it, than to
bless you. You're all sneezy all of a sudden.
Rather than it was an extra and something that you thought would be super cool. I think that's the group who is a little bit more disappointed, honestly.
Yeah, no, and you're right. And I'm not saying that people don't, everything's how you build it up, right? So if you build something up to that level, you're going to be disappointed. And like Jason and you tried really hard to not be disappointed, right? Like you said things like, okay, maybe it'll be a bracelet, maybe it'll be this, maybe it'll be a coat. And I remember even during those times we're like, it'll probably be something like this because that was more reasonable. That was more real. On the other hand, though, and you have said this over and over, and I can't agree more, to all 555 of you getting that NFT is better for the group as a whole than it is to get the bracelet or the coat or the recliner.
Yeah. And it cost him a ton less. And he did verify. I thought that the gift goats were going to be like a marketing arm of VFriends. And it has been verified it is not that at all.
Was it ever supposed to be?
Nope, that was just speculation. That was like, oh, if he's putting money into it, if you're using this money as a marketing arm, it's more of a, you can write it off taxes, blah, 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 that.
Right.
That was my thinking as a business person.
Right.
And it's not.
But he's saying it has nothing to do with that at all.
It is not that at all. Which is fine. That was my built-in speculation as well. So I can't be upset that it's not. I think Gary is a much more successful businessman than myself.
I mean, maybe. Right? Like maybe he is. I mean,
we're both super happy. That's the important part.
I was going to say you're both crazy happy, which is kind of a big measure of what you're doing. You're both kind, which is a big measure of what you're doing. I don't think it's fair to compare people in a vacuum of success, right?
No, and I agree. I mean, he runs I'm saying it to the point that he runs a multi-thousand person business, and mine isn't that large.
But he started higher, like he had a head start.
Well, right? I mean, we were both in college at the same time. I mean, he was playing on the internet at the same time I was playing on the internet.
Yeah, but he started with a wine company.
Oh, yes,
you didn't, right? Like he had a head start.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah. Just when he was selling baseball cards at 14, I was playing Super Mario Brothers.
Yes, exactly. That's what I'm saying. He had a head. It doesn't matter the reasons, right? Like my education career, I had a head start. I had educators in the family. I had administrators in the family. I was known before I even applied for my first job. So, some people have head starts, some people don't. It's just the way it is sometimes. right? Which is
Yes,
why
I
I don't
agree.
think it's fair to measure like my success, say, in what I do compared to other people. It's not
Yeah.
like it, what's the word? It's not people think things like all the right things happen to get you where you are, and people need to remember you have help along the way.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Exactly. Oh, look up my NFT that I just got.
I will do that, kind sir.
Two free NFTs in 2 weeks from my gift code.
Oh my gosh, I have something else for you. Speaking of,
Awesome.
I forgot, I have so much to talk about today. Okay, so we're going to pull this up. I'll share the screen
Okay.
with our listeners. I believe this is Jer's wall coming up with what's left that he
You
hasn't
have to
like moved
do
out of
not
here.
recently listed, but recently received.
All right, so what did you get, sir? My firstborn to bed.
Yep.
Oh,
So
and there's your yellow
new day
goat.
tomorrow. I think it said it was 1,000 of them, all one of ones. And mine is
Love
called
it.
Putting My Firstborn to Bed the First Night Home from the Hospital, I believe is what the name is. Yeah.
Nice.
So it's kind of fun. I mean, it's
Free to mint, or you had to pay?
yeah, it ended up being $84 to mint.
Free to mint.
Yep. Just
Nice.
gas. So yeah, I didn't know what I was getting.
You
It's
didn't have
fun.
to
It's
pay
not.
gas for your creature, right?
I did not
The
have to
gift
pay
goat
gas for my
creature.
creature. No,
Right.
this came from the all access art pass.
Yes. No, I was just wondering because, like, sometimes you get those gifts, but you still got to mint them.
Yeah.
So, a couple other things here. It feels like we've been talking forever, but we haven't really been.
We had a slight pause
First
there.
off, we had a little bit of a pause. We accidentally won a contest.
We did. Nice. I tried to find that podcast today. Is it not on Apple?
I thought it was on Apple. So
Okay.
the podcast, my friends and listeners, is what is all in for NFTs, right?
Mhm.
So I think if you go on,
Number 4.
yes, if you
Oh,
go
then
on
maybe
to the
that's it.
Twitterverse,
Hmm.
I just literally typed in Twitterverse when I'm typing in Twitter into my search entry like a noob. All right, so if I go in there and I search for all in for NFTs, they should come right up, right?
Awesome. I don't think I
They
brought my
should.
phone number. Oh, I did.
I'm pretty sure that's them. I'm just double checking. Maybe I'm wrong. Did I do the wrong one? No, that's the wrong one. Crap, I've done that before too.
Oh,
I
really?
apologize so much, people. Yeah. Apparently I'm wrong like freaking all the time about stuff like that. So I apologize. Anyway, they were doing a giveaway. We talked about it last episode, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
we were.
And I said, hey, I'm doing this, but I'm not trying to win it. Well, they messaged me today and they said, hey, what's the name of your podcast? And I was like, Kilted Balls. The last few episodes have been fun. Might want to skip the beginning ones, they're a little boring. And they're like, you won the giveaway.
That's awesome.
And they're like, and we listened to like a little bit of your last episode. We'll listen to more. That's awesome. And we're, excited to be like talking to you, I think, or something like that. But I was like,
Oh,
oh my
that's
gosh.
awesome.
They were like, oh, they said, not only do we get the thing, so we got an Elven Warrior, and they're like, we get early access and discounted price to the non-fungible people NFT, which is minting in mid-December.
That is
And
awesome.
that group is also making Coca-Cola's first NFT for the metaverse and Champion Sports Apparel.
Oh,
And
that's crazy.
and they're like, and if you can show us your MetaMask trick, they're like, we'd really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, my MetaMask trick was not working for me last night.
Or it's just still taking time.
No, like it failed every time I did it.
Oh, okay. Oh, boo.
So it was really it's just mildly frustrating because it kept like failing. I don't know if it was something I was doing wrong. And so I'll check it again tonight to see. But it brings up another thing we've talked about. And sorry, people, for this episode being a little bit long, but
No, okay.
it is all in for NFT. So what was
Yep.
I typing in just now? So it's all in for NFT is the name of that podcast. Sorry, people, I'm jumping all around. Anyway, Taco Bell minted some artwork.
She did mint it?
So she minted some, not her collection. So the collection is still being worked on. It's coming along. It looks awesome.
Okay, I
But
wrote her
remember
today.
the other day I said, hey, did you see her artwork that she tweeted? She
Mm-hmm.
actually minted them. And she was like, I'm having a horrible time here, like being able to list these for sale. She goes, it's charging me like tons of money to
Okay.
list.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? I'm like, that's wrong. And so I experimented on her and wrapped my first ETH ever.
Oh, wow.
So I've never wrapped ETH. So I wrapped my ETH and then I put an offer on her, one of her things, which she doesn't know how to price it. So if you have advice on how to price someone's artwork, that'd be cool.
Mm-hmm.
But I just made an offer for just a random amount just to see if I could do it. And she was like,
Mm-hmm.
that's way too much. You're offering too much. And I'm like, whatever, it's all fake money to me.
Yeah.
So I'm like, just see if it'll work. Even to accept the offer, she had to pay hundreds and hundreds in gas fees.
Really?
And so I'm like, this is wrong. And I'm like, no, it's not. The same thing happened to the podcast Kilted Balls wallet, right? I can't
Oh,
sell
yeah.
the stuff in our wallet because in order to do my first transaction, it charges me like $300,
Mm-hmm.
which
I
is
forgot about that.
a lot of money there. And
Mm-hmm.
so, my advice to her was do the changes that I talked about, wait until early morning.
Mm-hmm.
And the big thing is I just said, take the offer, right? So it's going to cost you that much, but the offers for way more than that, you'll get it all back. You know what I
So
mean?
you got it?
No, I don't think she did yet. I don't think she accepted it.
Uh,
But I think but I told her, I'm like, but she's like, oh, I'm not going to make any money. But I'm like, you weren't going to make any money on the one you gave to me anyway. So, take that money, pay your
Yeah.
fees, and then you've got whatever extra.
That's what I
And
was
then you
gonna
can
do to
list all
trick
the
her. I
rest.
was gonna, because she was asking me how to find it for less. She shot out an email, so I
Oh,
wrote her
did
back
she?
this morning because
Into
I
the
wasn't
Kilted
sure how.
Balls email?
No way, she wrote it to me
Oh, you
because
personally? Oh,
she knows you're busy.
I do tend to be busy.
Yes, yes.
That's
And I
true.
told her to reach out anytime. I work like 4 hours a day.
Living the good life.
I just
Living
have
the
the
good life.
persona that I'm busy. I'm always doing something, so that means yes, I'm busy. But as far as like important work stuff to do,
It's a different busy
I'm
than people like me.
I'm always willing to help out a friend. So
Mhm.
yeah. So you have something else right now? I have a fun
No,
story.
your turn.
So we are so close to near greatness. I mean, besides Gary Vee being my friend,
I mean, which is so high up there.
it's pretty awesome. Well, I found out my so Matt is a good friend of mine, and I know another friend of his. We've done some things together, and this other friend, they got married this weekend, and actually Matt officiated it, which is pretty cool. But anyways, I guess the wife was talking about that one of the creators of Cool Cats is her cousin. So that's like Kevin Bacon. That's like four removed from Cool Cats.
That's like 3 removed from Cool Cats, I think.
Well, oh yeah, that's 3 removed.
You're
So
3
yeah,
removed. I mean, you might as well be in the family. You might
I
as be.
know. And I said, oh yeah, I've heard of Cool Cats. Like I almost bought them when they were 5, and I didn't. They're 7.25 right now. So that was smart choice by me.
We almost minted them. I just want to throw that out there.
Oh yeah, I forgot we were talking about that. Yeah,
we almost minted Cool Cats. So, which, by the way, I'm still not sad about Lucky Manakee.
I am not either.
I would have made. Would I have made money on the Cool Cats? I would have made money on the Cool Cats. I don't. Money's good, right? So that's my problem with the gift goats and people being sad about the gift goats.
Mhm.
If somebody walked up to you tomorrow and said, here's $10,000, you would think it's a trap. But if
Yes.
you knew it wasn't, you all of a sudden got a tax return for 10 grand,
Mhm.
you'd be freaking over the moon.
Yeah.
It wouldn't, that would probably melt your face if all of a sudden the government was like, hey, we're giving you $10,000.
So, and that goes back to $10,000 is a lot of money.
It's a lot of money, right?
Now you don't
And-
have that. You wouldn't have the NFT anymore. You don't know what's going to happen. And Gary had made a comment about something, which is why I delisted
Right.
mine. But so yeah, I mean, do you enjoy your coffee? I don't think we've talked about our Manaki coffee on here yet.
Yeah, so I've had it multiple times. I like it.
Mhm.
It's really a way different flavor than what I was expecting.
It's a little lighter.
It's lighter, but it has a lot of flavor, if that makes sense. So I tend to drink my coffee a little bit darker than that, but I've made a few French presses out of it, and
Mhm.
it's good.
Yeah.
And it's a different flavor than what I've been having. So so far
Yeah.
I like it.
It
I
does
was
have
laughing
similar
at you
flavor
because
notes.
you got yours and you're like, well, I guess I got it to drink. And I'm like, what the hell else would you like? Were you planning on collecting it? Like, it's not an NFT. You can't resell it.
Why
coffee.
not? Why not? What if I have it's the bean? The Manakis go to the moon. People are like, hey, does anyone have the original coffee? Like, look it, there were only 500 of them, and here's one. These beans are still amazing. So,
I mean, I did see
yes,
a
I'm gonna
Scooby-Doo
drink mine.
episode where they did a
gonna drink mine.
race
I am gonna
for
drink mine.
the original hamburger. So
See, there you go. So I thought that was fun. And Matt is not in NFTs, and I figure he would be by now because he's been with me this whole time.
right.
Like he and I mean, and especially living so close to each other, we see each other more than you and I see each other, although we don't
Yes.
talk as much as you and I. But I mean, he was right there when I was first getting started and everything. And I'm like, listen, but he's much more conservative than I am. He did get a bunch of Carnival, and I wanted to get a bunch of Carnival at that time as well. He bought a bunch of Carnival at 17 when it dipped during COVID.
Oh, nice.
We had lots of fun. We hung out on the porch a lot, and we had some screwball on the porch and chalked
I was
stocks and
thinking when
things
you
like
come
that.
visit, we should get some screwball.
I know I'll have to get some for Jason when he's here too. But anyways,
Yeah.
yeah. So he finally bought an Ethereum, so I'm excited for him there.
Heck yeah. How could he not be? Like, I had some students the other day, I was like walking by and they're like, Byers, do you own any Ethereum? I'm like, yeah. Right.
Mhm.
And then I can hear them talking. They're like, oh yeah, I bought some and I bought this and I've already made like this much money on it. And they were talking to each other, not to me.
Mhm.
Right. So I try not to go into weird realms with my students, especially
Yeah, that
when
makes
it's in
sense.
chemistry. Right.
I mean, I'm super excited. I'm giving some out as gifts. I mean, there are some people that are younger kids,
Mhm.
20 and under, but even the little guys, I'm excited for them to have a wallet. And I mean, who knows what's going to happen to it by the time they're 18 and can access it.
That's what I'm planning on doing. I'm planning on
Mhm.
giving some away. The one thing that makes me sad about it, here's what makes me sad. Like, I was planning on giving like a gift for a birthday, a setup wallet. I'd give them the key code and I was going to put like 2 or 3 NFTs in there,
Mhm.
maybe worth $500-600,
Mhm.
right? Whatever. Here's my problem. Let's say that person wanted to sell those. Say, you know what? No, that's cool, but I just want to cash out.
Mhm.
The stupid gas fees eat all the money for the
Well,
first sale.
ETH 2's coming soon.
Well, that's what I told Taco Bell. I told Taco Bell, I go, that's why ETH2 is so important. It's supposed to reduce that pain. I'm like,
Mhm.
otherwise, go to Solana, go to Polygon, and then you don't have to deal with it.
Yeah,
right.
that's
Which
true.
is always a good thing.
Although
So-
I made a mistake, and I thought about this because I was listening to something. Now, Polygon is a layer 2 on Ethereum, which was my mistake. I was thinking
Yes.
Polygon was its own. I misspoke a couple episodes
Oh,
back.
I didn't know you
had
said that.
Yeah, I had said that
Yeah, it's
because I was talking about. Well, I said I said you could mint. I said you could mint on Polygon, Cardano, on Solana, but grouping that with the others that are their own things is, I
Right.
mean, I don't think anyone's called me out on it, but just that popped into my head today.
I thought you did it right, but maybe I missed it at the same time. All right. Well, we will be back on here within the next couple days with an interview.
Yes.
So we've got an interview coming up, and then we're going to have our 50th episode. I think the 50th episode is going to have some kind of a giveaway. So I'm kind of excited about that. I don't know what the giveaway will be or what it's going to look like, but stay tuned for that. And, we got some really cool, exciting things in the work, and the holidays are coming. We're going to get to see Jason soon and interview him, and you and I will get to be together in person. I'm sure we'll shoot an episode while we're together.
I hope so. Last time we planned on it and didn't.
Yeah, I'm hoping to shoot like 2 or 3 and maybe do some funny ones too. So our TikTok will be on fire because we'll probably do some TikToks of us being idiots, and you guys will enjoy it. So, all right. Well, thank you so much for joining the Kilted Balls podcast. We appreciate you being with us, and take care and enjoy the night.
Kilted Dragon Jared, love you all.